Alright, this is the Not Quite Daily Show. I am your host, Requiem. I am red as fuck in the face, and we have a lot of weird news stories for you today, and I'm just going to jump right into them. Man, the weirdest headline I have heard all week. Just listen to this one. Teenager dies before parents can harvest his sperm. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. Teenager dies before parents can harvest his sperm. What the fuck? Like, how do you... I'm beyond words on this one. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't get it. They said, you know, their younger son, who is 17, the one that died was 19, their younger son is 17, and he says he doesn't want to have kids. And they want to make sure that they have grandchildren. What the fuck? Really? Is this what this country's coming to? Oh, and believe me, that's going to be the theme of this episode. Is this what this country's coming to? I trust me. I've got a lot more in store for you. The next one is just perfect for this. This is from the Texas GOP's platform. We oppose the teaching of higher order thinking skills, critical thinking skills, and similar programs which have the purpose of challenging the students' fixed beliefs and undermining parental authority. And that's just the beginning. Believe me, the Texas GOP has gone out of their way to be completely fucking retarded this election. I mean, basically what they should have been saying is, you know, we disapprove of anything that might make them vote anything other than Republicans like their parents would. Like their parents tell them to. Like we can tell them to. But anybody else tries to tell them different or, you know, critically examine why our views are racist, stupid, or just downright ignorant, no. No, we're not going to do that, not in our system. And believe me, if you read this, this is not the only bomb dropped in there, and I'm going to post a link to this, but believe me, I'm going to come back to this later this week, again and again, because there's enough headlines just out of this one platform. I have stupid shit, stupid Texan jokes to make for a week. I'm sorry, not stupid Texans, stupid Republican Texans. But this is not the only racist southern state that honestly should be kicked out to sea. Florida is trying to get this policy passed for their school system to set different achievement goals based on students' race. Based on the color of their skin. This is textbook racism in our textbooks and in our classrooms. What the fuck, Florida? Really? Has everybody jumped off the bridge of sanity after this election? I mean, seriously. There's some crazy shit happening. And on top of all of this, I think kind of the ultimate irony here is that 22 states, as of last I heard, as of the evening news, 22 states are seceding. Rather, that's what the news would have you believe. It's not 22 states. It's people in 22 states who filed petitions to secede from the Union. Something that hasn't happened since it was attempted in the Civil War, to my knowledge. And at least not en masse like that. And then again, you know, we've only got a couple thousand signatures on most of these. But then again, Texas, again, another central theme, Texas has managed to get well over the 25,000 that are required for the president to see these. Now, it's important to note that if anybody knows We the People, We the People is a part of the WhiteHouse.gov that was established by President Obama during his first term to give people a little bit more power and sway and, you know, feel, at least, let them feel like they're a part of the government or like they're kind of making the decisions. It's not puppet masters pulling the strings, whether or not it is. Does this mean that Texas is going to secede? No, I'm sure that there's a lot more to a country or a state actually seceding from this country than that. But you know what? We're in the middle of a debt crisis, and I think the Mexican drug cartels are always looking for more land. Let's sell them Texas. Seriously. So much. If we sell it just based on square footage, we can make so much money. And anyone who doesn't want to secede can just flood out. We will give you a small grant, a small relocation grant, just based on the amount of profit off of this, and we might actually be able to close our debt a little bit because let's face it, the drug cartels can pay for it. They become highly profitable after the war on drugs. So yeah, they got the money to bring our country back off the brink of disaster very easily. They could do this, and you know, that might actually be the first time that the war on drugs has done something good for this country. So, you know, there's a feather in Nixon's cap right there. It's that we're getting rid of Texas. Let's see. And, you know, it could be another major theme I could get into is Republican freakouts. Because I've been covering the fact that Barack Obama won the election so far, but I haven't been covering the fact that Mitt Romney lost. And while I'm kind of happy that Barack Obama won, I am fucking ecstatic that Mitt Romney lost. Then again, there's blogs on Tumblr that are just pictures. I'll give you a link to this one too. It's just pictures of white people crying because Mitt Romney lost. I don't say white people to be racist, because let's face it, white people are the only people who voted for Mitt Romney. Everybody, specifically white males. I mean, there's some misguided white women who actually voted for him, but anyways, to continue the theme of Republican freakouts, let's try some Republican-owned restaurants. Let's see, Olive Garden, Domino's, McDonald's, Longhorn Steakhouse, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Red Lobster, the Applebee's franchises in New York owned by Zane Tankel, and most obviously, most famously, Papa John's are cutting their employees' hours by as much as, I want to say it's about 12 hours, just so they don't make it over that line where they actually have to start paying for their health care. Yeah, what a dirty fucking trick. What a sick bunch of fucks. I mean, seriously, Papa John's is talking about how it's going to cost like somewhere between 11 and 13 more cents per pizza because of Obamacare. Hell yeah, I'll chip in. I'll chip the fuck in. I'm going to send them 15 cents right now. Okay? I'm pretty sure I can dig that deep. I'm pretty sure I can find that in my couch. And I'm pretty sure if it buys their employees health care, it's well worth it. Well worth it. Oh my god, how retarded are they? And you know what, 15 cents? That's lower than the amount they've been raising the prices of pizza on average on a yearly basis. So, why should you even care? Why would you know, they're just being dicks. They don't want to give us anything. If they could pay us 1 cent an hour, if that were legal, they'd do it. It'd be the only penny you make. And you know how I know they do it? Because that's what happens all over the world. You think it's not slave labor just because we pay them? Yeah, well, what if you sell them housing too? What if you make sure that you get every cent that you pay back just so they can have nothing? Maybe a crust of bread for the week for their family. Is that slavery? Yes. And tell me, really? Besides a matter of a few nice little convenience items, a refrigerator, a few nice things, how much more do we make to feed our families, to pay our rent? On an individual basis, how much more do we make than that? Not much. It's called living wage. Look into it. I will provide you a link to the living wage calculator because that one's important too. Speaking of which, another one you should boycott, in addition to all of those fucked up companies, is the granddaddy of fucking its employees out of shit, Walmart. Why do you think the prices are so low? Because they don't pay for jack shit for their employees, despite being one of the nation's largest employers. What a bunch of dicks! It's no wonder their workers are striking across the country, and I urge you to join them. Strike with them. Don't buy their products. It's that simple. Oh, and in other news, some FEMA volunteers have finally showed up in New York to get food from the Rainbow Response U-Haul Cafe. Yeah. Come on, why can't the God damn it, we have... Why do we even have FEMA? Like, did we just... Where's the money we are Where's the money we are pouring into FEMA going? If we can't get out there for Katrina, if we can't get out there for Sandy. I mean, it looks like from the pictures we just bought them jackets that said FEMA. That's about it. Because we certainly didn't buy them fucking food. Or otherwise, Rainbow Response, a gay rights grassroots organization, wouldn't be out there feeding them now, would they? I mean, this is just silly. Why don't we demand more from our government? We need to come together and demand more from our government. That's all I'm saying. In another bit of kind of hilarious news, as it turns out, Elmo is a pedophile. Yes. The man who's had his hand up the ass of the beloved children's puppet for all these years was recently caught having sexual relations with a 16-year-old. Not actually caught having sexual relations with her, but there's enough to indicate that he was doing it. He denies it, of course, but this controversy, this is going to be steeped in controversy for a very long time. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised. And you know what? I don't know which is worse. The fact that the man literally behind a beloved children's icon is a pedophile, or the fact that in my home state, what he did would be totally legal. I'm not really sure, but nah, it's fucked up in either direction. And just a little bit that I want to toss in here at the end. A new study has come out that shows very strong evidence between the combination of iron in our diets and fluoride in our water is causing an incredibly heightened rate of Alzheimer's. I will provide a link to this one as well. We had a lot of crazy news this week. A lot of crazy news following the election. And a lot of crazy Republican freakouts. Karl Rove, I'll get into that one a little bit more later, but you probably already heard about it. That actually produced one of my favorite quotes from this election, which is something to the effect of, is that real math, or is that just the math that Republicans use to make themselves feel bad? This has been the Not Quite Daily Show with Requiem, and I'm just going to leave you guys with a picture of Donald Trump. Good night, everybody.